The pharmaceutical industry can't be allowed to continue to make these obscene profits on the backs of families like mine, who have no choice but to pay these outrageous prices for drugs that we need to keep our loved ones alive.
Advocates and Democratic lawmakers held a press conference at the State House today to roll out some proposed bills they say can help lower the cost of what Mainers pay for prescriptions. Senate President Troy Jackson is sponsoring legislation that would encourage the purchase of cheaper drugs from Canada.
When I know, right in the community that I live in, that I can look across the border into Clare and see people over there that don't have the same problems with their prescription drugs. That, to me, is a load of crap.
State lawmakers are confident, even in a David versus Goliath fight, that they can find ways to move the needle on this issue. Senator Heather Sanborn has a bill to increase pricing transparency.
So we're going to try and find those levers, and we're going to try and pull on them as hard and as fast as we can.
Republicans are on board with many of the ideas Democrats are pushing. Senator Matt Pouliot also has a pricing transparency bill.
But I think there's bipartisan consensus in the legislature that we need to solve this problem and reduce prescription drug costs.
What about the idea of buying drugs from Canada and potentially violating federal rules?
And I think that there's a lot of things that the federal government doesn't approve of that the state of Maine does. I think that we're all on board with trying to find ways to reduce costs for Maine people.
Now, part of a response from an industry group today reads, "We welcome the opportunity to work with legislators to ensure that Mainers can afford their medicines and to address the ways insurers, pharmacy benefit managers, and other middlemen inflate the prices patients pay at the pharmacy counter." That spokesperson goes on to say her group is still reviewing the proposed bills here in Maine and wants to make sure nothing impedes patient access to safe medications. I'm Paul Merrill, WMTW News 8.